All right, Heshers.
Hey, Beatallica.
We're ready to get BeatalliCAST going again.
There we go.
This is episode 3 of BeatalliCAST, and we're not doing any little intro music or anything like that because we're just getting it going right away. Hardcore. So we just want to say hey to all the Beatallica out there, and if you're listening and you're not a Beatallica, you should be. You can go to Beatallica.org. That's the band's main website. Whole bunch of information there.
Sign up on the forum, man.
Sign up on the forum. Go to Facebook. Also wanted to give a shout out to Beatallica's label, Olio, O-G-L-I-O.
Olio.
I swear on that track that I thought they were intentionally singing Olio. I just was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And then I asked Cliff, and Cliff's like, no, we're actually just going Olio. And I was like, oh, you should have done Olio. Oh.
All right, let's bust into it, man.
All right, BeatalliCAST episode 3. Been learning the history of Beatallica through guests and us just chit-chatting about our experiences and stuff like that with Beatallica. All over the country, all over the world.
I was here.
Exactly. A track that I want to play is Cthulhu, He's So Heavy. I recorded this in Hamburg, Germany, and it was at the Große Freiheit, just off the Reeperbahn, and it was actually upstairs from where the Beatles used to play. What's kind of really cool about this, the song is Cthulhu, He's So Heavy, but there was no one there. It was a sound check. The sound guy named Mike for J.B.O. loved this song so much they decided to play it. I recorded it not off the board, but just live in the room, you know, as a sound check recording.
J.B.O. played it?
No, Beatallica did, but it was when they were opening for J.B.O. I kind of entitled this song Summoning Cthulhu because it just had this ominous type sound to it. Before we get into that, you know, we were talking on the last podcast or a couple back that, you know, when we were talking about Portnoy, people might not know who that is.
Right.
So before we get into this, I thought we'd get into a little detail on the song. Cthulhu, He's So Heavy is a mixture between a Metallica song, Call of Cthulhu, and the Beatles song.
I want you so badly.
Murph So Heavy. No, from Abbey Road.
I want you.
She's so heavy. So I thought we'd get a friend of ours on the phone, the master of the macabre, Hollywood director and good friend of ours, Mr. Stuart Gordon. How you doing today, Stuart?
I'm doing great.
Hey, Stuart.
Good to be talking to you guys.
Yeah, we. I think the last time we saw you and hung out was in Madison, Wisconsin, with Mr. James Lenfield and his wife JoJo. We had we saw Reanimator.
It was a great evening. I remember it very well.
MurphDawg. You kind of re-nicknamed him that night, Mr. Chatty.
Yeah, he makes Silent Bob sound loquacious.
That's awesome. Before we get into our question, I had just about Cthulhu and using you kind of as a sounding board to give us a little history and backbone to it. I noticed that Reanimator, the musical, got some rave reviews, and how's that going?
Yeah, we're doing it here in Los Angeles, and it's we're sold out for weeks in advance and getting standing ovations every night. It's doing really well.
Nice.
Yes, and true to form, you have a splatter zone, I heard.
Absolutely right. Yeah, you know, and people come walking out of the theater soaked in blood.
That's awesome. Well, something else that kind of ties you and us together, you know, we were, had the pleasure of hanging out sort of on vacation with you while you were shooting some movies, but I noticed that Mr. Chris McKenna and George Wendt, who were both the stars in King of the Ants that MurphDawg and I had a little cameo in, are both on stage again together.
Yeah, that's right. Although George just had to leave the show, he's doing another production, but yeah, when we opened the show, the two of them they had several scenes together.
It's like King of the Ants, too.
Yeah, that's right. It was a reunion of sorts.
I kind of find it really hard to envision that as a musical. And Weber was joking earlier, maybe we get you to sing a song or something.
I don't think I'm the one you want to hear sing a song.
Oh, okay.
But the songs are great. A guy named Mark Nutter wrote them, and Mark is actually from Chicago and remember the Organic Theater. Years back, so we're old friends. The songs that he came up with for this are just great, and he's got titles like Does This House Have a Basement? He brought a cat back to life.
So does the
Sort of romantic tunes like that.
Yeah, so does any of the Reanimator music from the movie kind of make its way into the musical?
We use the theme. Actually, there's a dance number that we do to the theme from the film. So yeah, there's a little bit of music from the movie as well.
Cool. Well, hey, not only saying hello and catching up and stuff like that, we wanted to get you on to BeatalliCAST to give us a little insight before we play this tune, Cthulhu, He's So Heavy.
Lovecraft, all of his stories are kind of interconnected, and there's Cthulhu is a character that appears in a lot of his stories, or references to him. It's funny, you say Cthulhu, I say Cthulhu, but Lovecraft said that it's a word that cannot be pronounced correctly with a human larynx.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it comes from another world, an alien. He's an alien creature, and that, if it was going to be said by one of those creatures, Lovecraft once demonstrated it, and it sounded something like, Cthulhu!
That's cool.
That's how they would say it. But it's spelled like Cthulhu. I mean, it's like this completely unpronounceable word. The idea is that in Lovecraft's, what they call the Cthulhu mythos, our planet was originally conquered, before man existed, this is millions of years ago, by this alien race. And that there actually were two alien races that were battling for the Earth. And one of them came from out of the water, and the other ones were land creatures. And the water creatures are called the deep ones, and the ones that lived on land were called the old ones. The old ones had built a city in Antarctica, which is the subject of one of his most famous stories, called The Mountains of Madness.
Correct. Yeah, wasn't Del Toro going to do that? And I guess that's been postponed?
That's about an expedition that discovers the city under the ice that had been built millions of years ago by this alien race. But there's also, the deep ones living under the ocean, and they built a city there as well that's called Ryla. Cthulhu is like this kind of great sort of their leader, and ended up in the city in the battles between the two alien civilizations. He ended up being put into sort of suspended animation and sleeping in the bottom of the ocean in this underwater city. The idea is that at some point Cthulhu will be awakened and will come back to claim the Earth. The images of him are, he's always got this sort of tentacled face and wings, and he's this crazy-looking sort of demonic presence, and also gigantic, when sometimes he's shown to be as large as, like King Kong or something, a gigantic creature.
I didn't realize he was that big.
Yeah.
I was doing a little research myself. I understand he was a cross between an octopus, a dragon, and a human. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I understand it can be either Cthulhu or Cthulhuloids. Have you ever heard those?
No, because as I understand it, Cthulhu is his name. It's not the species or creature.
So he's just one.
He is one, and he's sort of like, in a weird way, it's like the second coming of Christ. It's like this guy. He's like a god. In comparison to man, he would be perceived as great god, like powerful presence.
I also heard that they were called star spawns that were supposed to be like mini Cthulhus. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I haven't run across that in Lovecraft stories, but I have seen references to it. Maybe it's something, there's all these role-playing games that come out of sort of Lovecraft's world that are sort of spun off of the creatures that Lovecraft invented. I mean, all of them, in a sense, are star-spawned because they come from other worlds, other planets. The idea that the Earth was theirs initially, and both races were defeated and banished and are just waiting for the moment to come back, figures prominently into a lot of Lovecraft stories.
Is Call of Cthulhu or Cthulhu or Cthulhu or I'm sorry, I couldn't do it as good as you. Was that the first story that told of Cthulhu, or?
I think that might have been. I mean, although again, he makes more references to him in his other stories. All his, but I think that was the one that really kind of laid it all out. And the idea that there are all these sects all over the world who secretly are worshiping him and waiting for that moment when he will awaken. And the phrase that they keep using, which is Ia Cthulhu Fatagan, which is means awaken Cthulhu, I think is sort of what it means.
Nice. So when I did this recording that we're going to play in a minute, this song, I changed it to Summoning Cthulhu. The Beatles cut their chops, so to say, in Hamburg at the Kaiser Keller. and that's downstairs from the Große Freiheit, I believe it's 36, the club upstairs where Beatallica played. I was standing there when they were doing sound check, and they had done half of one song, and so, I hit record, and they just belted it out, and it was just ominous that this great version of them jamming on this song was like upstairs from where the Beatles had played, playing this song that if they were saying the name properly would summon Cthulhu back. So I definitely thought it was really cool, and I'll make sure you get an MP3 of it so that you can check it out.
Terrific.
So what else is going on out there?
Oh, boy. Well, this musical has really taken off, and so that's kind of the main event these days.
Yeah, I saw it online that you got extended through May, or?
Yeah, we're running it until the 29th of May. So if any of your listeners are going to be in the L.A. area, they should definitely come and check it out.
Well, definitely. What I was going to say is, depending, I'm going to have to check the calendar, but I think MurphDawg and I might have to somehow maybe try to get out there for it. I was also noticing that at the same theater, the Steve Allen Theater, that once a month, Nevermore with Jeffrey Combs as Edgar Allan Poe is still playing.
That's right. We just brought that show back as well. We'd been touring with it, and now it's back at the Steve Allen, which is the name of the theater.
So what's it like doing a whole bunch of horror movies and television and other stuff like that, and then getting back to theater? Because is this not the first, other than Nevermore, let's just say Nevermore and Reanimator the musical, isn't that the first kind of theater you've been doing since the organic theater days?
Well, I've done a few other shows as well. I did a show called Kabbalah, which was about, the subtitle was Scary Jewish Stories.
Did you have Madonna in it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we had a character that was kind of like a Madonna-like character. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the Kabbalah's got all sorts of demons and all kinds of great monsters in it. There was even one story about a werewolf that was pretty cool.
Well, we'll catch up with you soon enough, and we will try to get out there.
Yeah, please. I would love to see you guys, and there's 2 seats just with your names on it. So
well,
let me know when you want to use them.
I want to be in the splatters.
Yeah, we want to be in the splatters.
I'm going to wear white.
Yeah.
One of the dreams, although it was just fun hanging out with you, but when we were on set a couple different times with you, was like, man, if this could only be a horror movie, or if we could get killed in a Stuart Gordon movie, it was great. So maybe we can get blood splattered on us at a
play. You can certainly get bloody, that's for sure.
Nice.
Well, hey, Stuart, thanks so much.
Sure.
We'll talk to you soon, and right now we're going to get into Cthulhu, He's So Heavy, live from Hamburg, Germany.
Cthulhu
So, MurphDawg,
Yeah.
let's get on the phone here and let's call some Beatallibangers, friends or new friends for you. The band J.B.O, Beatallica toured with them in 2009, and I think it was in 2007 that they also toured with them. They are a German band. Obviously, from Germany. Well, I guess we'll kind of figure out a description for the band. I think on the phone we have Vito from Germany.
Hi, this is Vito. Are you awake? Hey.
Vito, how you doing today?
I'm fine.
Hey.
Herr Weber. Yeah, this is Herr C. If you wanna talk German, but in English, yeah, Vito C. You can call me Vito C.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's me.
Well, guten Tag.
Okay, wir können auch Deutsch reden.
That's the limit of my Deutsch.
Okay, I see. So I think 2009 was the only time that we really toured with Beatallica.
Okay.
But we've met before several times. You know, if the guys came here, we met. Let's put it this way. You know, and the first time we met, the guys recorded one song from J.B.O. That was very cool and yeah, very nice. You know, the first time we met, they said, "Okay, we record." You know, we practiced and we record a song by J.B.O.
And was that Guten Tag?
Yeah, that was ein guter Tag zum Sterben.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't finish it at once. So then, you know, in the months after, you know, that's a bit embarrassing for us because there were 2 or 3 tracks from the recording that just vanished. I don't know, you know, magic.
Silly Americans. Let's press the delete button.
No. I think it was a fault by us. Our producer just lost some files, you know.
Right. How did James do back then with his Deutsch lyrics?
Great. It was simply great. You know, we had an English version of the song back then already. But he decided just to put it to take the German lyrics, and it was very, very funny. You know, it was a great laugh, and you know, simply great.
So I was describing to Murphhund here, J.B.O, and this is kind of, you know, you guys have been around 26, 27 years.
No. Don't make us older than we are. It's our 21st year now.
Oh, I thought it was your 25th anniversary in 2009. That's where...
No, it was just the 20th anniversary.
Oh, okay. Well, you sound a lot...
great anniversary, you know?
Yeah, you sound a lot younger now that I do my math correctly.
Oh.
I kind of describe J.B.O as a, let's see, rock, comedy, folk, metal type of band. Would that be accurate? How would you...
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we first started 21 years ago, I think the concerts, yeah, we only had about 2 or 3 concerts a year. But back then the concerts were more like, you know, cabaret happenings. But nowadays of course it's rock concerts with, you know, kinds of, you know, little bits of comedy stuff in it. And of course, yeah, the lyrics are always important. I think, yeah, non-German speakers don't get all the lyrics, you know. But for that, you know, we made a record completely in English language with some of our songs that, you know, we have in German or recorded in German now have English lyrics, you know. So that might be, you know, I think it'll come out October, I think.
Oh, really?
And it will be called Happy Metal Thunder.
Sweet.
I was looking at your website. A lot of the songs you do, I was actually shocked about the parodies or comedy, if you will, all the different bands that you do. I mean, Rolling Stones, Nirvana, Scorpions, Bruce Springsteen. You did, and one that really caught my attention was you did a Bangles song called Walk with an Erection.
Yeah, that's accurate. But, you know, I think it was an American band who originally did a song with that title. I think they were called The Swinging Erudite, and they did an English song with this title, Walk with an Erection. And we just picked the title up because we found it funny.
Yeah.
And did it German lyrics to it. Just the story of a guy, sitting by the pool, and there's, a girl walks by, and then just, he is embarrassed because he can't stop his,
erection.
And you might imagine how the lyrics are going on. We always, when we play that song live, we have, we call him stuntman. We have a stuntman walking in with a bathing pants, or
like a bathrobe.
No,
bathing suit.
He's also wearing the bathrobe, but under it is just the pants you wear when you jump in the pool.
Speedo?
Oh, swimsuit?
Yeah, but not just a suit, just pants.
I don't know what pants you go in a swimming pool with.
Okay, just, okay, I don't care. Swimming suit. Between his legs, there's some kind of very big hard-on visible. And he just walks the stage with this, it's a bit, you can imagine how it looks like. It's, we find it funny sometimes.
On the way over to Murph's house, that's where we're calling you from, was remembering, I saw you guys many times on the 2009 tour, obviously, because Beatallica was opening up for you. One song that just keeps sticking in my head is "Game of Heisa Slayer." Did I say that terribly wrong?
No, it's great. Did you know the song, the original?
No, all I know is it translates to "I'd rather go see Slayer." Is that right?
No, this is originally, I think it's a kind of pop song from I think it was the 80s. It was called "Vamos a la playa." Oh.
No, I don't know it.
Okay, maybe you should Google it. Vamos a la playa. It was a very, a terrible pop song. Yeah? But it also keeps sticking in your head. Yeah?
Right.
So, you could walk and say, Vamos a la playa. Oh. But,
Yes.
to put the line, "Geh mal halt zu Slayer," just, let's go to a Slayer concert.
Exactly.
That's the translation. Come on, let's go to a Slayer concert.
Hell,
the lyric describes some situation where you go in a discotheque and they just play terrible music, and you just say it to your, company, say, come on, let's go to Slayer. Geh mal halt zu Slayer.
Geh mal Heisa Slayer.
Yeah. Geh mal halt zu Slayer. This line is actually Franconian dialect, because we're from, we're not just from Bavaria in Germany. We're from Franconia. This is the area in the north of Bavaria where they don't just wear leather pants and funny hats.
But they also do, right?
Stunden schon am Tun. Ich glaub, das wird heute nichts mehr. Zum Teufel mit dem Hut. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh, ja. Nach unserem Tod im Paradies und Hafen gebildet. Sound hier oben ist echt mies. Ich glaub, wir scheißen auf den Himmel. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Die spielen viel Feuer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Da ist der Seele nicht so teuer, nö, nö. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh. Geh mal halt zum Slayer, oh oh.
You know, Beatallica started. I'm sure you've heard the history. Back in 2001, this is their 10th anniversary. April 1st. They started at a thing called Spoof Fest, which is, you know, kind of what you guys do in a way, of spoofing bands and songs and stuff like that. One of the bands that James is going to be in is Huey Lewis and the News, and they've recruited MurphDawg here to be Doc Brown from Back to the Future when they do one of the songs. So Murph's got his...
I see.
Murph's got his costume and wig and radiation goggles and all sorts of stuff. James called. Murph was asleep and kind of...
Yeah, he called me last night.
Kind of groggy, and we weren't going to tell Beatallica that we were calling you. We were going to kind of have it as a surprise when the podcast goes up. It kind of slipped out. He kind of freaked out in a good way.
Well, he freaked out. He called and I said, oh, yeah, I was kind of groggy, and I told him, and I wasn't supposed to. We were going to have J.B.O. on an interview, you know, mid-morning, and he was like, oh, my God, no way, you got to tell him this. Here, write this down. And he was like, I should have said, and I was like, I'm not going to write that down. So I told him to call me back and just, you know, leave you guys a message on my machine, and that Weber and I could play it back for you.
Yeah.
We're going to give this an attempt. So here is James Lenfield saying hello to J.B.O.
No, new message.
Hey, man, this is James from Beatallica calling. It's 8:30. I'm calling the dog. I know he's talking to the kids in J.B.O. Just want to say a few heartfelt words to our friends over there in Deutschland. These are the only German words that I might remember, that being Weissspüler, Arschloch, Kinderficker, Kinderficken, all sorts of stuff like that. Meine Kasse, das Applaus, or whatever I was singing. I can't try to remember everything I sang in Sterben, you know. If I had the words in front of me, I would just sing it back to you and serve as your background music. What else? Beatallica still think that Wolfram is the dreamiest, and we think that the J.B.O. crew is the coolest people ever in the world, and they saved their lives, all of them. And Stefan, we owe him another big giant bottle of Bacardi for his birthday. So I'm just hanging out here at the pub, man. Just wanted to say, hey, I found out through a little bird that you guys will be talking to MurphDawg, man. So I hope you guys are well, and that we see you guys in several weeks or whatever, man. And sometime over in the States, mi casa, su casa, meine house is your house. All right, dude. Back to drinking. I'll see you later.
All right, stand by. There's another call. He had to call back.
8.
I forgot one more thing. For Wolfram's video that I did with him over dinner, he said the greatest thing on video ever. He just looked right into the camera at Weber, and he goes, okay, let's get naked. That was awesome. I still have all those videos, dude. That was a good time. So, yeah, man, hope that you four guys are good, man, and Ingo and everybody, and horns up, dude. Rock on.
Could you hear that well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I got some of it, but I'm sure I didn't get all of it.
I could potentially cut this out, but one of the things he said, and when I heard the message, everyone in Beatallica, of course, learns all the Deutsch swear words and bad slang and everything, and I heard him say Kinderflicker. I can't believe he said that. And Murph's like, what? And I'm like, Tanya's like, that's like one of the worst things you can say. So I don't know if I should leave that in the recording or not.
I've heard that too. And of course it's, yeah. But I know, I know who says it, so no problem.
Let's talk about, how did you guys first hear about Beatallica?
Yeah, it was back in 2006 when we, it was just before we met them. There was, some emailing between Tanya and our booker. And he just, there's a band called Beatallica, and there was things that said, like, Beatallica. Some time I might have heard that, and I Googled it, and I, heard the stuff, and I thought, yeah, cool. And they come here and they want to see us. Yeah, they come here and they want, you have the opportunity to do some stuff with them in the studio. And we thought, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And then,
you sound like a little schoolgirl.
Did a song, maybe Guter Tag zum Sterben, and then, but yeah, it might be too hard for them to learn it and then to record it and stuff. But they, it was just they did it.
Yeah.
So when we met the first time, we went to the studio and they recorded a Guter Tag zum Sterben. That was so cool. I just can't describe it. And it was very nice, to talk to them. It was a great day, really. We met, a year later, we met again. It was just say hello, hi, and blah, blah, blah. And then, we had the song, this one song that it's going to be on our international album, we call it, the Happy Metal Thunder.
Sweet.
And there's one song that's called Metallica's Dead, Long Live Metallica. Yeah, it's a song that Hannes wrote, and we wanted James to sing it. And, it was then one day after a concert somewhere, in our area, and then he came into the studio and he sang the song. It was, I think it was 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Is that going to be on?
And I know how hard it is to sing at that time of the day, if you, didn't sleep that long.
Right.
So we just did it, and it was great, and this song will be on the album. And
sweet.
It just went cool.
So that's.
Have you heard the song?
I'm not sure. I know they told me that they went into your studio and recorded some stuff, and I think Ringo had mentioned that they did this Metallica-esque type song. I don't know if I've heard it or not.
I have
not
heard it.
I must say that's breaking Beatallica news on BeatalliCAST. So thank you for that. You guys got along well, and I know Cliff speaks Deutsch, off Deutsch, I guess you say. Ringo learned a lot more than everyone else in the band. And then 2009 came around, as I added my math up incorrectly earlier, for your 20th anniversary. How would you describe your experience with Beatallica on the road?
Let's put it this way. We met a few times before, and it was always great. And then, we were really looking forward to the tour with Beatallica, and it was simply better than we've had imagined. It was simply great, and also when James then always came up in our set to sing with me on Ein Guter Tag zum Sterben, it was, the first time it was, he didn't know, it just came up and was a bit shy, and, but then, it went better every day,
Well,
I think you remember.
Yeah, I do. I have recordings of all of that, and we're going to play some of them. Speaking of that, just to backtrack a little bit, when he agreed to go on stage and sing Sterben with J.B.O. the first time, he put a cheat sheet on the floor, or a couple copies of it taped down onto the stage floor so that he could look down and, kind of find his place, try to keep up in German. And I think it was the second night that he came out, or maybe it was the third, where he's like, I'm flying without a net. I don't have my cheat sheet. And you're like, what's this cheat sheet, cheat sheet, cheat sheet? And then you told the audience. And so he had to sing it from memory. I think Tina, we were talking with her, the guitar technician. We were talking with her backstage, and how do you think it's going every night? And James was like, I'm slipping here and there with my the language and everything, and she's like, oh no, it's great. They love it. Do you think the audience really enjoyed this crazy American attempting to sing in German?
Of course they did. And it wasn't just a thing that this guy came up the stage and sang the song. It was just the interaction, between the guy from the other band, the interaction, between us and him, and it was all that. It wasn't just the fact that this guy came up to sing the song. It was all the things that happened with it, and that was, I'm sure that was great and entertaining.
Yes.
And James, he's a great entertainer. You see that he's a professional, of course.
Yes. I remember the one night, and it was the one night that my recording did not work, but I think there's video of it. I might have even shot video, but I didn't have good, clean audio. The one night where there's a part of the song where you choose from the audience whose party it is tonight, which is lyrics in the song. And someone's name was like or something. I'm hacking your language up. I apologize. And it was just like, what? It was really funny. Then we come to 2009, the final show, Berlin, and I have this recorded, and it's a wonderful thing. And while Beatallica is on stage and I'm videotaping, and there's a lot of at least it's happened twice with me, the Berlin Beatallica shows is kind of where all the European Beatallabangers, we've mentioned in a couple podcasts, Dennis, Hemi, Suspiria, Torben, of course, Ulla was there, and then from Denmark, Casper and Julie and everything.
Corinne is now there.
And Corinne. So Berlin always becomes this, party of Beatallabangers that kind of, meet up and everything. And so during that show, I'm videotaping, and someone who looks awfully like the lead singer from J.B.O. sneaks behind the stage where there's a huge curtain, so Beatallica has no idea. And I turn the camera on you, and you're looking at me going, no, don't do this. But, of course, I continued to do it. J.B.O., mainly, I think it was you and Hannes, hijacked the Beatallica show during the show and started playing AC/DC. I love it.
Might have been, I don't know, remember exactly, but it might have been me. It was just like, turning up the volume from my amplifier to max. Because, my guitar wasn't on the PA at that time. So just turn it up to the max, that the whole stage get filled with guitar sound, and then hit some, AC/DC riffs. So, it's always a good effect.
Well, I'll tell you.
But I think they just did a good job to just trying to join in, But I'm an asshole that I am. Then I always, if they join in, just change the song. Okay, sorry.
No,
it's a kind of final show. It's we call it Fool's Day. It's in all our tours. We have a very a great Fool's Day history.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
On all our tours, in earlier days, our crew just fooled us to hell. There were always, the guitars were tuned differently, and my footboard was covered in some foil and stuff. That you come on stage and oh no, yeah. And we always have, there was one thing that happened that wasn't that funny because there was a support band. I think it must be about 10 years ago. They found it funny just to hit us with with cream, plates with cream.
Yeah, like cream
everybody
pie.
got a cream in the face between our concert, Then the cream just were around the floor, and then Ralph back then he slipped out and got his arm hurt. Let's put it this way. Yeah. But there always happen some things on Fool's Days, but and that was the Beatallica Fool's Day.
Yes, it took I don't know, good 20 or 30, maybe 40 minutes for Ringo to calm down about it. I think he's at terms with it now, and it was funny. And I have the video, and maybe sometime in the future I will post when. Beatallica's set was hijacked. So following that, you guys hit the stage. Obviously, they're opening for you guys and played your set. And another favorite song, just to throw it in, which I know, I guess you haven't released, is Reggae Rammstein?
Rammstein Reggae. This is a song that we are not allowed to publish.
Oh.
We changed the lyrics and asked the original, writer of the song.
Yeah, I've not heard that before.
You know the original from that song?
I don't know what it's from, except a reggae song. I thought it was just you guys doing reggae version of a Rammstein song.
No. This song is this is Europe stuff. It's Denmark.
It's not a Falco song, is it?
No. It's by a band called Laid Back.
Okay, no, I don't know them.
Yeah, and the original is just Sunshine Reggae. It's such a good feel, nice, happy holiday. Sunshine Reggae. Don't worry, don't hurry, take it easy. That's the original.
Right, and then you switch it to Rammstein.
Yeah, and then we just, it was at some day that somebody says, hey, Rammstein Reggae, that's really funny, Rammstein Reggae. And then we just, did everything around it and made a demo and sent it to the Laid Back guys, and they just said, no, we don't want to be connected in any way to this band called Rammstein.
Oh, so it wasn't Rammstein who said no, it was this other band, Laid Back, they said no. Oh,
yeah.
Another breaking story on BeatalliCAST.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the reason why we just played live. To give people another reason to go to the live concert, because they can hear the song. Because we don't, we're not allowed to play to put it on CD, so we just played live, and we do it there, and you have to go to the concert, come to the concert,
It's great hearing your voice. It's I can see you in my mind laughing. So when I hear you laugh, it's in my mind I see you laughing. After Beatallica's show in Berlin was hijacked by J.B.O. Then when James was to come out and sing Sterben, they stole your pink robes, which I guess you guys just kind of use exclusively either for photos or when you're signing autographs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the whole band came out on stage. James had something sticking out of his zipper of his pants, and we've talked about this product before, but I wondered if you remembered what it was.
Was it the Arschwaschlappen?
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. We were. I made sure to, before they sold out of them, to bring an Arschwaschlappen back for MurphDawg. And
I have one.
And I was trying to explain to him. I'm like, here's how you say it. It's Arschwaschlappen.
Yeah, normally it's just Waschlappen. You know?
And let's get this correct. Waschlappen in German is essentially like not a washcloth, but essentially a washcloth that you put your hand in.
Yeah.
And there is no Aschwaschlappen in the German language. Is that correct?
There might be people just call it Arschwaschlappen because, if you put your hand inside this cloth, you can very, conveniently clean your
ass. And I love that you're like, it's not a penis Waschlappen, it's an Arschwaschlappen.
Yeah, because, your penis, you can wash your penis just, But, the Waschlappen is a great, to go inside this, I think you might be able to imagine how it works. Yeah, but you can also very conveniently clean the under your in your armpit. That's also great with a Waschlappen. So it's not just an Arschwaschlappen, but also for other regions of the body that are
I can't believe you're even talking about this.
Okay, so just Ingo came in here and was just looking very seriously, giving me some looks, saying we have to talk about things, because we have our office meeting today.
Okay.
So all the guys are over there in the other room.
Okay. Well, before we sign off, I'd just love to say it was a pleasure talking to you and having you on BeatalliCAST. And
rock and roll, man.
Even though,
Weber, thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to me talking to you.
Well, thank you so much. Make sure to say hello
Thanks,
to Hannes and Rolf and Wolfram and Ingo, and have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Herr Weber.
Thanks again, man.
And MurphHund. All right, take care.
Okay, have a great day. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And hope to see you soon.
Yep, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's our first call outside of the country for BeatalliCAST.
Second call, actually.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
was late.
That would be me. So I hope you get a sense of their humor. He's a really funny guy.
He is definitely a humorous, positive guy, man.
Yeah, he's very funny. I just when he was like, and Ingo just came in the room and gave me this look in my mind, like I was saying to Vito when he was laughing, I could envision it. I could see Ingo looking at him seriously and very stern and like, come on, we got to go.
I was here.
Well, that was great. Got some Beatallica history. Some stories of the 2009 tour. Some breaking news that a Beatallica song will be on the international or
James Vogel's, anyways.
right, the international or English language release. What do you say? Happy Metal Thunder? Or?
Happy Metal Thunder. He said it was coming out in October, but when I looked online, it actually says it's coming out September. I think the 19th.
I know. Also, they're working on another album called Killer Album, which has obviously pink because that's their color.
Right.
It has a Eddie type of character holding a big fountain pen from Iron Maiden. So be interesting to hear what's on that.
Yeah, that picture is actually on their website. If you go to J.B.O, I think it's J.B.O.
.de.
Is it D.E?
Yeah, for Deutsch, which Dr. Andrea Dubichet and Karsten, giving you guys a shout-out. I'm sure you're listening once we have this posted. They run the J.B.O. fan site. And I think they do the regular J.B.O. site and Facebook and a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very cool people.
Nice.
It was fun hanging out with them backstage every night and them sharing their photographs or videos and such.
I was here.
You just love getting that in, don't you? Well, what a show. We guest appearance from a good friend of ours, Stuart Gordon. And then
Master of the Macabre.
Exactly. So getting him on the West Coast out in Hollywood land, and then finishing up here in the Chicago land area, but talking to Vito Sieve, lead singer, co-founder of J.B.O. in Germany, which was fantastic. So let's spin a song. We will do a live track of I'm Guten Tag Sterben from the 2009 tour. Beatallica, they have, and we'll get into it when we talk about the album, but All You Need Is Blood. They released one song in, 13 different languages, and then they released a bonus track in Japanese. They are no strangers to singing in other languages, and they've done a few things in German. I guess we'll call it a show unless you got anything else to say.
Rock and roll, man.
All right, Beatallica, singing in German. Ein guten Tag sterben, a J.B.O. song.
Dieses Lied heißt Ein guter Tag zum... Ein guter Tag zum... Ein guter Tag zum... Ich stehe morgen Staub, es ist halb Tag. Die Birne tut mir weh, ich könnte schreien. Als erstes hau ich mir den Fuß an meinem Nachttischrand. Dann stolper ich über das Telefonat und reiß es aus der Wand. Das ist euer Refrain. Heute ist ein guter Tag zum Sterben. Guter Tag. Wollen wir Spaß verderben? Ganz laut. Ein guter Tag zum Sterben. Sehr verehrte Damen und Herren hier in Hamburg, die Sie ganz herzlich willkommen zu heißen. Hier ist Mr. James Lanfield von Beatallica. Habt ihr erst noch mal zu flüstern, oder wie sehe ich das?
This is without a net, my man.
Oh, I see.
Live without a net.
Live without a net. Ja, ohne Netz und auf dem Boden. Das will sagen, er hat heute sich nicht den Text auf den Boden geklebt. Das heißt, er hat jetzt gar keine Hilfe mehr.
Are you swearing at me?
No. Wenn er vielleicht ein bisschen rauskommt, müssen ihr vielleicht ein bisschen mithelfen, ja? Okay, James, let's go.
Im Kühlschrank ist die Stimmung gut, die Pilzkulturen feiern. Eine fette Maler grinst mich an, ich dreh sie zu rein. Die Eier zu weit, die Butter zu hart, den Kaffee ließ daneben. Im Brotkorb liegt und Schimmel aus, ein einfach Frühstück geben. Mein Auto hat Bahn demoliert, es kämpft ein Zettelplaner von meiner Freundin, die mir sagt, was ich sie alles kann. Sie fällt die Sache näher aus, I met a Frau backstage.
Yes.
A Jette.
Yes.
Yes. So whoever Jette is, she's having the party tonight.
I see. You think she doesn't know anything about beer, you think?
Considering what we just did backstage, yes. I think that she knows a little bit about beer. A lot of bit about beer.
Fine.
So right on Jette.
Okay, so you can say the name, so it's your turn to sing it.
It's better than Torsten or whatever it was last night.
That's true.
Bei Jette stinkt die Party, alles ist klar, komm ich dort an.
In jeder Frau, die ich dort sehe, steckt schon ein Macker drin.
Als letztes bleibt mir nur der Rausch, ich sonst noch hier.
Doch auch dieser Wunsch bleibt mir versagt. Und es gibt noch
Will mir einen Whisky holen, die Hausbahn ist mein Ziel.
treffe ich meinen Freund, stöhne mit James, mein Licht. Ich steig ins Auto, fahre los, lebe auf dem Weg, ich bin auf, ich bin gerade das Auto läuft, Auto ist auf. Warte, ich bin da zum Sterben, ich kann sehen, ich bin ja ohne das Wort zu zählen, wenn ich keine Lust gehört, mein Blut das Herz zu sterben, dann lebe ich das Arsch, wir wollen selber in ihrer Bleiche, alle wir allein Spaß.
Könnt ihr noch singen, Hamburg? Dann gib mir ein J! Gib mir ein B! Gib mir ein O! Und wie heißt unser letzter Song? J.B.O!
Hallo, hier ist Vito C. von J.B.O. Und wir wünschen Beatallica alles Gute für die Zukunft und herzlichen Glückwunsch zum 10. Geburtstag.
This has been a Concrete Cold Bunker presentation.